Prayer is the cornerstone of Catholic life. It is our direct line to God. We are called to pray always. Through prayer we build a relationship with our Creator. Prayer offers solace and guidance. It helps us navigate life's challenges. We find strength in times of need. We seek God's will in all things. Just as a child turns to a loving parent, we turn to God in prayer. We confide our fears, hopes, and dreams. We acknowledge our need for His grace. In the Catholic tradition, prayer takes many forms. From the quiet contemplation of personal prayer to the communal worship of the Mass, we encounter God's presence. Rent season can be a stressful time for anyone. For many Catholics, it brings unique pressures. The cost of housing continues to rise. Wages often fail to keep pace. Catholic families may face difficult choices. They strive to provide for their children's needs. They may struggle to make ends meet. The weight of financial burdens can impact their spiritual well-being. Anxiety and worry can creep in. It's essential to remember that they are not alone. The Church offers support and guidance during these challenging times. Through prayer we can find solace and hope. The Catholic Church has a rich tradition of saints. These holy men and women serve as powerful intercessors. They understand the struggles of ordinary people. Saint Joseph, the foster father of Jesus, is often invoked for housing needs. He faced uncertainty and hardship, yet he always trusted in God's providence. Another powerful intercessor is Saint Jude. He is the patron saint of hopeless cases. He is known for his miraculous intervention. Specific prayers can offer comfort and hope. The Rosary is a powerful meditation on the life of Christ. The Chaplet of Divine Mercy pleads for God's infinite mercy. Prayer is not a magic solution to financial difficulties. It is not about demanding favors from God. Rather, it is about surrendering our worries to a higher power. Through prayer, we acknowledge our limitations. We recognize that God is ultimately in control. This surrender brings a sense of peace. Prayer helps us to focus on what truly matters. It reminds us that our worth is not defined by our material possessions. When we pray, we open ourselves to God's grace. This grace empowers us to face challenges with courage and hope. While prayer is not a substitute for practical action, it can have a tangible impact on our finances. Prayer helps us to cultivate gratitude. When we are grateful for what we have, we are less likely to be consumed by what we lack. Prayer can also inspire generosity. When we are connected to God, we are more likely to share our resources with those in need. Sometimes prayer leads to unexpected solutions. A job opportunity, a helpful contact, or a sudden windfall can arise. It's important to remember that God works in mysterious ways. Our prayers may not be answered in the way we expect, but they are always heard. Countless Catholics can attest to the power of prayer in their own lives. There are stories of miraculous interventions during times of financial hardship. A single mother facing eviction prayed to Saint Joseph for help. Unexpectedly, she received a tax refund that allowed her to stay in her home. A young couple struggling to buy their first home prayed the Rosary daily. They found their dream house at a price they could afford. These stories remind us that God is present in our lives. He cares about our struggles, even those that seem small. Gratitude is a powerful antidote to worry and anxiety. When we focus on our blessings, we shift our perspective. Take time each day to count your blessings. Thank God for your family, your health, and the roof over your head. Even in the midst of challenges, there is always something to be grateful for. This attitude of gratitude opens our hearts to God's grace. Remember that every breath is a gift. Cherish the present moment and trust in God's provision. Life is full of uncertainties. We may not always understand why we face difficulties. However, we can trust that God has a plan for our lives. His ways are not our ways. What may seem like a setback may be an opportunity for growth and transformation. Surrender your worries to God. Trust that He will never abandon you. He will provide for your needs according to His riches and glory. Remember the words of Jesus. Do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own. Matthew 6:34. Rent season may bring challenges, but it is not a time for despair. As Catholics, we have a reason for hope. Our faith teaches us that God is with us always, even in the darkest of times. He will never leave us nor forsake us. When we place our trust in Him, we can face the future with confidence. We know that He will guide our steps and provide for our needs. Remember the words of St. Paul, I can do all things through Christ, who strengthens me. Philippians 4:13. Let us go forth from this Lent season with renewed faith, hope, and love. May God bless you and your families abundantly.